When it comes to electrification, Toyota and Lexus have always been ahead of the game. In fact, the first Toyota hybrid was released in 1997, while the first Lexus hybrid and also thus the first luxury hybrid car was first released in 2005. Since then, more than 22 million Toyota and Lexus hybrid cars have been sold around the world. Therefore, you're probably surprised by the fact that it took them quite a while to release an electric vehicle. So, is Lexus simply on time with the RZ? Or are they a little too late in releasing a fully electric vehicle? From a design perspective, the Lexus RZ shares a similar silhouette with the Subaru Solterra and thus the Toyota BZ4X, all three of which use the same ET and GA platform. Dominating its front face is what Lexus calls their spindle body, which is essentially a closed-off version of the spindle grille. Despite that sleek shape, the Lexus RZ comes with plenty of interior space, since of course you have no physical drivetrain or an exhaust system to deal with. As for interior features, the Philippine spec RZ comes with a Mark Levinson surround sound system, a 14-inch Lexus interface infotainment system, a panoramic sunroof that adjusts its opacity, heated and cooled front seats, along with a dual-motor all-wheel drive setup, which Lexus calls their Direct 4 system. Direct 4 is unique in a way that there's no physical connection between the front and rear axles. And in addition to that, Direct 4 enables true torque vectoring capabilities. Performance stats are also impressive as you're gonna see below. But what's more important here is that, based on our first impressions, the Lexus RZ drives surprisingly natural on the open road. So, coming from the IS300H, wherein its response has improved with the electric motors, now that it's a fully electric car, the response is even better, very instantaneous. But the good thing about it is that Lexus has tuned the electric drivetrain in such a way that it delivers power in a linear fashion. So, yes, it's instant, but it's not like it explodes the moment you step on it. It's controlled. It's something that you can easily modulate. So what I mean by linear power delivery in an electric car in the RZ is, it's like an internal combustion engine vehicle. So there's build-up of power, which makes it feel natural from a driver's perspective on how the RZ feels like as an electric crossover SUV. It's also pretty interesting with the fact that it has what Lexus calls their Direct 4. So with the Direct 4 system, the electric motors are kinda working independently from each axle. So as a result of that, it supposedly has true torque vectoring capability. So hindi siya yung tipong the inside wheel will slow down or parang there's gonna be resistance because of braking. So it's not torque vectoring by braking, but it's actually torque vectoring that's true to the term, wherein the electric motors are able to independently control each side of the vehicle. So when you go through a corner, theoretically it's supposed to make the car rotate much better. But then again, we're still here in Bonifacio Global City, so that's hard to prove at this point. So yeah, based on our first impressions so far, the Lexus RZ kinda has the elements of a vehicle with an internal combustion engine. What I mean by that is, the controls are intuitive. The throttle response, the way the electric motors behave, it's readily instant and fast, but it's not to a point that it overwhelms the car. It's for someone who's transitioning from a gas-powered or a diesel-powered car to an electric car, they won't feel overwhelmed. It's gonna be something that will make the transition easy because of the linear power delivery of the electric motor. So as for the other aspects of the car, like the steering, the brakes, so the steering, it's natural in terms of feel. It feels responsive when you go through corners. The brakes also feel natural, surprisingly, for an electrified car. Usually kasi with Toyota and Lexus hybrids, based on my experience with those cars, medyo may spongy feel yung initial bite ng brakes because of the regen braking. But here, it's surprisingly natural. Ang ganda ng brake feel niya for an electrified vehicle. That's about it for our experience with the RZ though. It's very limited. Hopefully, we're able to test this on a much longer drive in the future, a much longer term blend out. So we're looking forward to what Lexus has in store for us with its electrification shift from hybrids, where it's been the leader for the past decades now, to fully electric vehicles. Pricing for the Lexus RZ starts at a little over 4.8 million pesos, which actually makes it even more affordable than a base model Lexus RX hybrid. We can't wait to take the Lexus RZ on a much longer drive. But in the meantime, our initial thoughts on the Lexus RZ is that this car drives surprisingly natural for an electric vehicle, thanks to its linear power delivery and intuitive steering and throttle response. Sure, they're not a pioneer in electric vehicles. Instead, we think they're simply right in time for the electric vehicle revolution here in the Philippines.